Okay. Well, come on in, and let me just pause that. Right. We are going to be doing more story, but first, I need to go over what I managed to do today. I'd go to the shop area and show you, but I'll just show you here. My weapon is done. Finally. Let me say this. This S5 Elusive Smash is amazing for fighter. It gives a little insight into one second, window. Okay. It gives a little bit of insight into what we're going towards as New Genesis is going to be giving fighters some changes to bring it closer to the gameplay that Silence have. Looking forward to that, because this is absolutely perfect for what I was hoping for. It's just like you middle click to do your sway, it does a meteor, and you can just attack off of that. You'll need to wait for the meteor to actually hit in order for that to happen, but hey, it's free damage, and it's abusable too. I've seen some ridiculous stuff you can do with it. For example, standing in the lava, just mashing middle click to the rhythm, turning it into a rhythm game, why not? How did I do that? Well, here's my affix recipe. I shall show you it in just a moment. Just hide all of this. Grab this on its own. Close that. YouTube. YouTube. There we go. Here. No, I don't want to play my video. Desktop capture. Transition. Okay. So here we have my affix. You'll need several Reverie weapons. I think it was 4. For me, I used a dim melee weapon, but you can replace might with, I don't know, precision or casting, I think the tech one is. Yep. And Astral Soul, that's a rare union weapon. And Freya's Decay, that's a basilisk weapon. Any basilisk weapon will do. After that, it's just a matter of mashing together. You will then need Mega Memoria in order to craft Mana Reverie. And you throw all of these weapons that you made in here. Only catch is for Mana Reverie, you'll need 40% in order to max it. That's 100 X cubes, that's not much in today's drops. A couple of Persona UHs might get you that. No, not UH, XH will probably get you that. Or Profound Darkness triggers, those work too. I've heard of more, but can't remember off the top of my head. Right then, back to PSO2. So last time I decided to skip ahead and finish the story. And that meant leaving the sub-story till later. We'll do that today. I was going to do an offline episode myself, off-stream, not off-stream, record and then upload to YouTube or stream to YouTube on a private day. But I'll just do it here because why not? Not only that, we'll also get the phallic thing started. Kuna's promise. We haven't heard from Kuna in a long time. Or maybe it just feels like it, I don't know.
Hey there! My position in the Intelligence Bureau means I get to hear all sorts of things.
Kuna has taken a non-combat role. As far as current point in the story is concerned, she relays intelligence to the Council of Six, which basically means she's a sleuth, posing as an idol. I once liked that, but not so much anymore.
And it sounds like you've gotten yourself wrapped up in something huge. As per usual, I guess.
At this point, I believe this is just before the final story, or the one before that. So, yeah, I guess this is pretty huge.
Well, I'm sure it's nothing for a battle-hardened vet like you who isn't fazed by anything. But it's gotta be tough on Hitsugi and the gang.
I mean, yeah, they had the toughest of all. We've been through the end of the universe before.
And And that's why I've been thinking of doing something here. A surprise to cheer everyone up.
A concert? Actually, there is a concert on 7 minutes ago.
Once everything's over, I'm doing a huge commemorative live show to lift the spirits of everyone from both Oracle and Earth.
Well, I wonder if that's part of the
I'll
sub-story that
reward
escaped.
everyone's hard work with a cheery, fun new song. Hitsugi and the others will love it, I'm sure.
This is the episode 4 concert that was The Light Inside, I think it's called, or something like that. Yeah, we had it quite a lot. I think it still replays sometimes even now. I'm still getting clipping. I haven't figured that out yet.
Settled. I better get a good song ready. One that'll bridge our 2 worlds.
Oh, don't worry, you've already done that.
And this is a secret just between us, okay? I really want to surprise them. Oh, and this is also a present for you, since you've been fighting so hard through this whole thing. So make sure you come to see it.
Alright. Shiera and Kalsra. Interesting. Wonder what that's about.
You've come at the perfect time. I complained to the Intelligence Bureau about a matter the other day, and out of nowhere, Castro boarded the ship. It's an explosive situation.
What's wrong with that? It's Kalsra.
I don't feel like stirring up trouble or making things worse, but... very well then. Text alone is rather dull, so I thought I should come to directly explain details and make an apology as commander of the Intelligence Bureau.
Wait, Kalsra? Apologizing? Ow, nope. I just pinched myself, this is definitely reality, right? Kalsra apologizing? This never happens.
I grilled the visitors from Earth who came the other day, and Aika is conducting observation.
Wait, did he do it without permission?
We were able to investigate in absolute secrecy, but my sincere intent was just to deal with this myself, without hiding it from you all.
Not sure what that means exactly, but hey.
But it was all meaningless if our actions made you feel uncomfortable.
Oh.
And so, as the commander of the Intelligence Bureau, I humbly apologize.
This is when Kalsra had a misunderstanding regarding the outsiders on the Ark ship, that he wasn't sure if he could trust them or not.
Even without doing all of that, I'm pretty sure I gave you data on Hitsugi and the others. Why did you need such an unsubtle investigation?
Well, it's not like he hasn't investigated Earthlings before.
Just as you say, I indeed received your data regarding Hitsugi and Anga, Sierra.
I think he'll find Kori interesting. She seems to have a good affinity for Ether, based on the few quests that I ran with her earlier.
But a portion of Hitsugi's data was redacted, and I'm unable to access it.
You can't access it?
Yes, it's protected by a very powerful lock. After some pondering, I think it may be graphical data depicting everyday life on Earth.
Shiera? Shiera? Delete.
It's probably footage taken from that one time in the bath.
The data was hidden, and it's unclear to me who could have concealed it. But if they did share the data, at that moment, with a hostile organization, it's going to cause us a lot of trouble.
This is related to a deleted scene in PSO2. It relates to Hitsugi, Kori, and Al taking a bath together. Al, gets touchy-feely and stuff, and they didn't want that in PSO2, despite having an end rating. Nope, can't do that.
The Intelligence Bureau can't overlook that possibility, so we were inevitably forced to launch an investigation. That's the long and short of it.
Remember, they'll always find out. Just like real life. They're always spying on you.
What's wrong, Sierra? Your face is kind of twitching a little. Did you recall something?
No. Nope.
No,
Nope.
not really. Nothing
Nope.
in particular. Nothing at all, in fact, right? Right?
Would you perhaps happen to know something?
Not a thing.
Is that right?
Nope.
Well then, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, he trusts me.
Well, I'd better head back, since I now have even more work to do.
You owe me, Shara.
More work to do?
Well, now I know who's responsible for the sloppy data seal. And someone has to lock that file properly, right? Should the contents see the light of day, I imagine our relationship with our friends from Earth will take a nosedive.
You knew all along? Kasra!
Outed.
Sierra, you excel at many things, but you still have a lot to learn when it comes to deception. Maybe work on your people skills a little bit. Eventually, you might learn to pull the wool over my eyes. I apologize for taking up so much of your time. Well then, I'll see myself out.
Shara, you solo me.
Just what the hell is up with him? He makes me so mad! One day I'm really gonna give it to him.
Or you could just not be a peeping Tom. Anyway. Ah, I remember this.
Hey. Things on Earth seem rather rough. You okay? Sorry I can't help you much.
Oh, you helped. Just
Earth
fine.
is in good hands. Trust me, if too many ARCSOPs get involved, it would just confuse things. Too many cooks, you know?
I guess. I can
and
see.
that means that Matoi can help us out here. With office work, aka busy work. Big heaping mountains of it.
I wonder why we have that. Could it be me?
I'd really rather be out in the field.
So you'd rather have medical checkups?
Not a chance. While I share your sentiment, you need to take it easy.
But I'm a guardian. I'm not supposed to be all cooped up in here.
True, but you've really been overexerting yourself. Especially with all the fuss over that Dark Falls, back before our friend here woke up.
Referring to the events that happened in PSO2, the animation, Matoi had to deal with Prentice.
Helia's really worried about you, so just help out the other bureaus for a bit and at least try to look like you're taking it easy, okay?
Ilia being the nurse that Matoi doesn't like.
Okay, I get it.
Acceptance is the first step. Everyone, Maria and Xiao included, just screws around doing whatever they want, so you're a big help.
Well, it's the same shame that Xiao doesn't really do anything right now.
Exactly what I'd like to know. Even when there's a big crisis, he just leaves everything to Sierra. I guess he's buried in some big calculations.
Remember this for later. Or really, really soon.
I should have realized that I'd have to deal with all of this when Maria became commander of the General Affairs Bureau and made me her lieutenant.
Oh no.
Come on, Sarah. Don't you find it fun despite all of that?
I don't think so.
If I have to do it, I might as well enjoy myself. Plus, the commander leaving me alone means I can basically do whatever I want. And if any actual problems arise, I can just push all of them off onto the commander so she can feel my pain.
Who's the commander again? I forget. Oh, whatever.
Sarah, your face just now was kinda scary.
You can talk.
Well then, you'd better do your best to help out so we don't have any such problems. Right, Matoi?
Wait, how do we circle back to that?
Ha ha. Enjoy the paperwork. Don't worry, I'll take her out on plenty of quests. After I've finished with everyone else. I think that's the other Armada quest. I'm not doing that. Oh, that reminds me. I reckon we're probably going to get the last story-related urgent quest probably next week or maybe the week after that. Just because New Genesis comes out or the last story quest, story-related UQ comes out, doesn't mean this is going to stop. I'm going to try as best I can to complete this.
Ah, great timing. I was just asking everyone here about their avatar arms for future reference. You were saying that your avatar arms are based on Japanese mythology, Itsuki?
Yeah, because she's a mythology nut. She's got loads of books about it.
I'm not entirely sure myself. But this little guy is called Ame no Murakumo. Originally, it had a strong connection with Ame no Habakiri.
There's a story behind that,
over
but
there
I can't
broke the
recall.
Ame no Habakiri. And I think maybe this one was born out of a need to get over all that. I was surprised to find that even my clothes had changed to match the Ame no Murakumo. But it actually really ties the look together.
I see. So that's the story behind it. Next to Kori's sword, the one that broke Ame no Habakiri, looks a little sinister.
It is?
Doesn't it?
You can barely lift it.
It looks this way because of the legend it's based on. Of all the things you could have conjured up, it's so like you to have a famous magical sword like Graham as your avatar arm.
Why not?
Magic sword? Just what exactly is the legend behind Graham?
That's a good question. I'd like to know that as well.
To sum it up briefly, this little bastard brings ruin to its owner and everyone around them. It's famed as a dragon-killing sword, though.
Dragon killing, huh? Interesting.
I guess I kind of felt like this impulse to destroy everything, and before I knew it... You've always been more into those kinds of sordid legends than Japanese mythology in the first place, Corey.
Yep. I guess.
That you two could manifest such avatar arms. It's impressive.
And what about you?
While I admit that it's easier to visualize, I just can't get why you'd recreate legendary and mythical weapons to the letter.
Well then, what's your avatar arm based on, Enga?
My phantom gun. I made it this way simply because I thought it would be too much trouble to walk around carrying a real gun.
Really?
In Japan, among other countries, you can't just carry a gun around. But this way, I can summon and dismiss it at will. Handy, right?
Yeah, you can get past various checks.
What are you giving me that look for? You got something you want to say?
You've got absolutely no sense of romance.
What does that have to do with it?
Just like you to prize efficiency above all else, bro.
Whatever.
So, what the avatar arms turns into varies based on its owner.
Whatever.
In other words, the avatar arms can tell us a lot about their owner's disposition and tastes. Maybe even their hidden desires and such?
Yeah, but I wonder how Radiant came to be. Because it's not really based on mythology. In fact, if anything, it looks more like a weapon that an ARC's operative would use.
Yeah, I think you're right. After all, Corey's secret desire for death and destruction is now crystal clear to me.
Wow. 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 Wow.
It's not like that, okay?
And how your sword likes to burn people. Just like you. Anyway. Oh, is this? Oh, yes. Okay. So I guess this is how it's going to happen now. So, whenever episode 4 ended, I commented that there's a UQ version of the fight where you fight a bigger version of it. And this is how it happens. That was pretty loud, sorry. So yeah, you get a trigger for that, and that's how you do it. And lastly, the dreaded invitation. I'm not going to do this now, we'll do it later.
Hello? Can you hear me?
No, no. Hang up, hang up, hang up.
Yes. Seems like the transmission's just fine. Fantastic. I'm contacting you because I have a special favor to ask.
Go away.
Would you care to fight me one-on-one? With things so calm on this side, I'd say it's the perfect opportunity for a round or two. A great chance for a duel. I extended an invitation to Huey and Clarice Grays as well, but Sierra pulled the plug due to ARC's regulations or some such nonsense.
Huey, I could understand having a chance, but
But I do
Clarice
believe
Grays would
that
just get
you're
wrecked.
also tightly bound by such regulations, so I thought it might not be an issue. Oh, this doesn't have to happen right now, of course. I'm used to waiting, so please come by once you're ready.
Sierra, go away.
Prohibited! You can't do that!
Oh my, it's gotten rather noisy all of a sudden. Well then, I look forward to seeing you.
She hung up! That comm was just now a request for a duel, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unbelievable! She keeps contacting anyone who looks like they'll make a strong opponent. It's a real bother. Don't feel like you have to go accepting her offer. She's just looking to kill time.
And me.
Well, if you want to fight her, I'm not going to stop you. But she's absurdly strong, that one.
Don't we know it?
If you're going to go, please be careful out there. Alright?
Alright. Not touching that till episode 6. Late, probably. Right. Here it is. Duel. Nope. So, episode 5, I've said it before. I had to start episode 5 in order to unlock Buster Quest. I'll see if I can replay the story, but we'll see. Yeah. I had quite a few of these. Pretty sure I can just do this.
As we ponder drastic countermeasures against the new profound darkness, an extra-dimensional planet lies waiting beyond a connected subspace. Its name, Earth.
Of course, this is another level reset.
Following
New
a series
players
of
used to start here
disturbances
again.
that shook Earth to its core. The state of arcs had been changing.
So you're gonna get a
While
recap.
exist, the profound darkness will return, no matter how many times it is slain.
Profound darkness
We
is
were
in the loop,
closer than ever to
unfortunately.
pulling it out at the root and preventing anyone else from suffering in its cataclysmic wake.
Nice summary there. Yeah, Profound Darkness is back, and have we got a plan this time?
Shao? We're here.
Haven't seen you two in ages. You look tense. Are you okay?
I'd ask you the same
I'm
question,
good. We've all worked hard to reach this point.
given that we tried to contact him several times and he never answered.
Guess I can't exactly tell you to relax. But don't worry, you two have my full support.
So yeah, Matoya is back in the picture, at least for now.
Okay, you two. It's time to take back Persona.
Yeah, Persona. Right, before I do that, Gonna go grab a drink, make sure. I do have pistols running, so I don't want to use them,
Hello there.
if possible. We'll get to that later. Episode 5 likes to chuck you in the cutscenes.
Hello there.
Hello there. Goodbye.
Right. Here we go. Profound Darkness, the final rematch. No, who am I kidding? It's PSO2.
Host to the Profound Darkness. It's still fighting its control. Every time Arx fights the Profound Darkness and starts to weaken it, Persona pushes back time.
Forcing Profound Darkness to go back in time to the point at which it spawned.
They rewind time to the point just before the Profound Darkness's revival, over and over again.
If you're asking how that works, it rewinds time in the local area. I don't know how that works, but okay.
They can't just leave them like that. We have to save them, right?
Of course.
Persona is the Profound Darkness's core. They still live on. Something you know better than anyone. Saving them won't be possible unless we sever their tie to the Profound Darkness. And even if we do save them, the Profound Darkness will seek out a new host body. It could make matters even worse. Our best bet is to erase the Profound Darkness altogether. We've just never had a way to do that. Until now, that is.
Exactly! Hitsugi's Ame no Murakumo is the key.
See, we just went over this.
The cleansing katana that purges evil. It saved Al and Mother when they were Dark Falls for a time. No reason this should be any different. Just do the same as before.
Yeah, they could never possibly go wrong.
With their help, I've managed to analyze the Ame no Murakumo's abilities and replicate them. Your tie with Persona. Your weapon. Here it is.
Here we go.
I
Yeah,
entrust
that's
this
right.
power to you.
The player cannot use ether
You should be the one.
to a limited degree. Let's see if we can separate them this time.
The operation is straightforward enough. Cut through the Profound Darkness's core. If you can sever Persona from the Profound Darkness, the two of you can wake Persona up together.
Absolutely. I've got so very much to say. Right?
Yep. Starting with a slap in the face. I think it just chucks you in? Yeah, it does, yeah. I can't remember if I have to do the full fight or not, but since it's a level reset, it's going to be easy anyway, so... Let's go. Oh, level 70, what? Oh, we're going straight into this, are we? Right, okay then.
Emergency mission alert. Special training for all officers underway. Report to the quest counter.
Now he should go to... Yep. So I'm going to pop this, get some of my PP back. Ready? Here we go. Oh. Okay. Now he's doing the time loop again.
Completed!
Yeah, level 70 Profound Darkness is still nowhere near strong enough. Let me just turn it down just a touch. There you go.
Readings from Persona. You take it from here.
So yeah, if you didn't notice, Persona is actually inside there. So nope. Home run. Save them. I didn't like that.
What's this? Why is it getting all bendy?
Bendy? Bendy?
Space-time
Really?
interference? Where is it trying to jump, and why?
This didn't happen the last time. Leave her. That is Raven goodbye. And
Readings! Gone!
they died.
Tracking over!
Gone.
Calm down, Sierra. There's nothing to trace. No signs in the area. We've completely lost them.
Completely gone.
Oh no!
Gone for good. The end. Anyway. Nah, who am I kidding?
Report from Earth Guide. No sign of our friend on Earth either, they say.
I see.
Huh?
An urgent transmission from an operator. Is this a telescopic image?
That's weird. If I didn't know any better, that looked like a black
It's
hole.
warping.
Is it a black hole? Those aren't terribly rare, but they sure don't just pop out of nowhere. It's not a star's gravitational collapse. It's an intermediate mass. Observed values are coming back negative.
Well, yeah.
Its expansion velocity is crazy. If it keeps expanding at its current pace, it'll consume the whole universe.
Oh no.
This black hole defies all logic. Oh, what's going on here?
Simple. It's PSO2. There is no logic.
Does it have something to do with their disappearance?
It's hard to rule it out based on the timing. I'll continue looking into both matters.
Sorry for the wait, ladies. I see you've been apprised about the black hole. That'll save me some time. I've got 2 pieces of news. First, the good news. We've located a reading.
Okay. Good
Really?
news.
Then we have to save them!
What's the bad
Not
news?
so fast, Matoy. Next, the bad news. The reading is coming from inside the black hole.
Well,
It's the one and only absolute rest frame. The origin point of the universe. Where planet Shion used to reside.
huh.
That's where the Guardian is.
So you could say that's what remains of Shion, maybe? Oh, you do still get these, okay. So basically, PSO2 has not 1, not 2, but 3 Isekai plots. PSO2 is the Isekai, goes to an Isekai, and goes to an Isekai again. Why not? This is weird. This looks nothing like PSO2. Well, you're right, it's sort of based on the worlds that past Fantasy Star games would have been placed in. So, like a fantasy game with sci-fi elements. We'll see more of those later.
You're a slippery one. But this game of tag is over. The deal's dead or alive! Waste her!
Ah, she can fight.
What?
Don't take me lightly. I'm prepared to fight.
That's good.
Corrupt, but still royalty.
Corrupt?
But you're taking us just as lightly, princess.
A flower?
A summoning circle? He's a
Make it double? She said I'm done for there. Except you forgot me.
Who are you?
The hell are you? Then again, who cares?
I am your
Yes,
worst
with us and
nightmare.
you're both dead meat.
More ephemera? Steal yourself, stranger!
Stranger, huh?
Man, I just love this stuff. Can't get enough of it.
That feels familiar.
Get a move on, summons. Stop them like the pests they are.
Right then.
Slaying our foes is the only way we can get out of this now. May I please request your aid?
Sure. Why not? I'm always up for a fight. Any more? No? Okay then. Your move. That's what I thought.
Please, allow me to thank you again for your aid. I was in such a hurry to meet my brother, I failed to take heed of search parties.
Her brother, huh?
May I
Remember that
ask
for
your name?
later.
I owe you my life.
Oh, here we go again.
I
There's
do
only
not
one
exaggerate.
who owes me their life,
I am
unfortunately.
being hunted by the ruler of this realm. Please introduce yourself. My name is...
That's quite enough of that, Lost Record. Well,
Lost
now
Record?
it's time to go ahead and whoop back home.
Whoop.
Huh? Is something wrong? Vanished.
Gone.
Goodness. Who was that?
Introductions will have to wait. Okay. And I'm back.
What the? How did you come back?
Good question. I don't know.
More to the point, are you okay? Does it hurt anywhere? Oh gosh.
Gone in a flash, back in a flash. I'm glad you're safe.
I toy wouldn't say that.
Could you fill us in on what happened?
I don't know.
You're barking up the wrong tree. Sorry to send them back without warning. I was kind of in a hurry.
How did you get in here?
How? Well, I just went, and here I am.
This is this episode's weird person. And by that I mean person you should take the most interest in.
Oh dear, did I barge in on a private conversation? I should know to knock before entering a room. Silly me. I've just been alone for so long. Common sense doesn't even occur to me.
How long? With that outfit, it looks
I'm
arcs.
not getting any teleport readings. She's not arcs. From
Really?
these readings, she's a body comprised entirely of photons?
And you're gonna just ignore the fact that it literally says arts on her outfit.
Well, she's not a full spawn. Do you know her?
No, not at all.
Wow.
Sort of reminds me of my toy.
You all look so wary.
Oh yeah, please excuse us, our ship got raided a few times.
Who are you?
Oh, duh! You don't know who I am. Sorry, that didn't even cross my mind.
Yes, who are you?
I'm Oma.
Nope, doesn't ring any bells.
Would it be clearer if I called myself the original Clarice Crace?
And that would explain it. Probably more erased records like Mitoi was.
Right now, I'm Oma, though. I'd like it if you'd call me that.
Clarice Grace the First? I thought she was dead.
She is.
Oh, my body's long gone. I'm like all photons now. I'm sure you know this, but my old body got busted up by Luther.
I don't remember that.
Not my mind, though. The photons never vanished. I've been together with the Akashic Records ever since.
She's referring to the beings known as the Akashic Records. So like Shion, Shao, Mother, people like that. I assume she means Shion.
Basically, I guess you could say that after I died, I turned into an Akashic Records ghost.
So we Star Wars now, great. Yes, prove it.
What could prove it? Is there anything that can?
Good question.
Oh, I've got it! I'll show you my specialty.
Okay.
Watch closely now. 3, 2, 1. Boom!
Okay, so she's got some degree of time control. Wait, where have I seen this before?
We felt this sensation before.
Yeah, that's similar to my power.
The technique Luther used to control time?
Oh, Luther's technique, okay.
Yup. He fiddled around with me and finagled a way to copy that, I guess.
Damn photoners.
By the way, if you call that a technique, Cassie will get super fussy and be all like,
Cassie?
It's magic, damn it!
Cassie. Nope, doesn't ring any bells.
Reggie and Mary would always shake their heads and act totally stumped.
Reggie. Does she mean Regius?
Oh yeah, Reggie and Mary are still around, right? They'd know who I am.
I'm sorry. Reggie? Mary? Who are you talking about?
She's in a completely different time frame here.
I mean Regius and Maria. They're
yeah,
still
yeah.
alive and kicking, right?
They're old now, but yeah, they're still around.
They wouldn't appreciate those nicknames.
Yeah, yeah.
You can tell, huh? They always did tell me to knock it off with those.
They're both out on assignment. We won't be able to see them for a while.
Okay.
Oh, that's a shame. Wait, meeting them wouldn't help anyway. They're not tied to Shion, so they wouldn't see me.
Wait, really?
You know Shion? Totally. We spent a lot of time together. I know about Shao, too.
Okay, that explains that.
So people can only see you if they have a tie to Shion.
Is there anyone else? No, I don't think so. I think this is it, just the four of us.
Is that why you came to us? Akashic Records ghost?
Yep. The way things are now, you're the only ones who can sense me.
I don't think so, but hey.
And you're the only ones who can do something about what's going on.
I assume she's referring to the black hole on the screen behind her.
I know this must be hard for you to swallow.
Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it.
I'll tell you everything I know. Could you at least hear me out?
And that was the quickest chapter in PSO2, I think. Yeah, I mean, this is a new player quest. Damage taken 1's to be expected. Where are we? Let's see. I don't know where it leaves me off. Well, worst case scenario, I can just skip through it, so... I'll assume it's this one. If not, oh well, I'll just skip through it. Yeah, it's this one. So this is how episode
Sierra,
5
run
will
an
be presented
expansion
for the most
progress
part.
simulation based on the new black hole's present status.
They wanted to emulate sort of the feel of a visual novel, or perhaps the old style that Fantasy Star games used to take, like way back.
Yes, sir. Putting it on the monitor.
Also, this way
This
is a
the
lot
new
easier
black
for them.
hole that popped up at the same time that you went missing. And this is a prediction assembled from a Florenberg black hole analysis based on present information.
So yeah, this is a computerized simulation. What's up with the mouth though? Well, say goodbye to all those planets.
Everything's getting swallowed. The world will turn all black.
The world? We're in space, Metoy.
Conventional black holes do not expand at this velocity. Something's clearly up here.
Implying that arcs have already dealt with at least one black hole that's expanding too quickly.
Alma, tell me something. You called yourself a ghost of the Akashic Records. This return was undoubtedly due to your power. The readings were inside the black hole. So it stands to reason that you were in there, and you came from there. Tell me, what's in there? Where does that black hole lead?
I think you know the answer to that, Xiao. There's only one thing there. The location where the planet Xi'an used to be. The origin point. The birthplace of the universe.
Really? Kinda weird, but okay.
It's the Akashic Records itself. And you got lost on that world. Let's call it Omega for convenience's sake.
Okay.
The world of Omega is the Akashic Records made manifest. Maybe it would be easier to say it's what the Akashic Records dreams of.
Well, given how old Xion claimed to be, you could possibly say that it's a dream of a specific time frame.
Records made manifest? Does that mean that the string of events on Earth, that ether has something to do with this?
Probably.
Probably.
Hey.
Photons are tied to the Akashic Records. I bet photons fused with aether that became altered on Earth, and that's why they got all crazy.
Crazy? Photons can be crazy?
But I thought the Akashic Records were Xi'an, and she's gone now.
Not exactly. She'll have returned to photons. Therefore, she'll have memories.
Well, you're a little off.
This is just past info I'm reciting.
Xi'an is Xi'an. The Akashic Records are the Akashic Records.
They don't just simply disappear just because the physical form is gone.
It's true that with Xi'an gone, there's no one left who can access the Akashic Records.
Xiao can't?
But the Akashic Records are still there. It's just that there's nobody left to see them. The universe is still being recorded.
So you're saying that there is a way?
So basically, the Akashic Records are a library, and Xi'an's a librarian?
She sure looks like one.
Oh,
Looks
good
like one.
That's a perfect comparison, I'd say. The library still stands, even if there's nobody around to manage it.
So why was I there?
Nobody was supposed to be able to access the Akashic Records to begin with. But the Akashic Records have manifested themselves as a single world. Omega.
And why?
The profound darkness jumped to this visible manifestation of the Akashic Records and fused with it.
Unless our plan to separate Persona from Profound Darkness worked. We'll see.
Thus leading to the creation of a potentially universe-consuming black hole, I take it.
Dreams are what we see when our brains are organizing our memories. It's the same for the Akashic Records. I think the Akashic Records are dreaming while sifting through its memories of the whole universe.
Interesting.
That dream has taken shape. Well, actually, it's a little more complicated than that. The thing is, Malice has entered the dream.
So I guess you could say that Profound Darkness wants to be the biggest dreamer.
If we don't do something, everything's gonna be engulfed in darkness. The past, the future, all creation as we know it.
Time compression?
That's why I came here. I'm gone now, but I still want to see the future that all of you and Shion worked to weave.
Well, it was mostly her, but hey. So what's this about?
I think I've covered everything I can explain. Would you be willing to help me out?
Sure, why not? Always up for an adventure? I'm in.
Thank you.
Must be nice to be photons.
Profound darkness has infiltrated the Akashic Records. We have to slay it and sever their link. It's
How are we going to do that?
enough work. No different from what we've been doing so far.
So we just need to find Profound Darkness, and if it's in there, then I need to be in there.
The thing is, I'm coming up blank as far as how to get there, and what Omega's condition is.
Can Alma help us?
First off, how do we physically reach Omega? There are no ARC ships capable of probing into a black hole.
Why not just go in?
Easy! We stopped time for the launch!
What?
Why am I not surprised you can do that? Is it every Claris Cray's job to pull ludicrously crazy stunts?
I mean, when you're photons...
Sorry, I think I'm lost.
And this is where Matoi's power spike comes from.
Basically, gravity doesn't apply when time is stopped. We bypass the black hole's innate supergravity by stopping time. Then we send you to Omega. The theory is sound, sure, but it's still crazy.
Okay, so it's a black hole. Therefore, if you try to go inside it, you'll still go over the event horizon, you'll still get spaghettified. You don't want that. So if we negate gravity by stopping time, we can just fly in. Easy, right? PSO2 things.
It's not crazy at all. I got someone out, so there's nothing stopping me from sending someone back in.
PSO2 always makes this sound easy.
Not gonna lie though, it'll be exhausting to do alone. It would be so much easier if Claris Craze were here.
Oh, that's good. We have two. Sort of. 1.5. Sort of.
So, second, could you give me a hand?
Who? Me?
I could use another photon manipulation expert. You'll do fine, really.
Go for it. Don't worry about me.
Oh, I'm not worried. I know you'll be just fine.
I've done stranger stunts before.
Be careful out there, okay? I'll be waiting for you.
Sierra, you should head to Omega 2. I'll take over ship management for the time being.
Why Sierra?
You can count on me. Oh, wait. Does that mean I'm going inside Omega?
Yes.
I'm not
An
proud of it,
adventure.
but combat is not my thing.
After all, fantasy and adventure are the best two books.
Will allow you to focus more on navigation. How about that, Sierra? Exactly what form it will be might depend on what kind of mood Omega's in, though.
I don't know about this. This isn't how I imagined my first field assignment was gonna go.
And this is why Sierra can fight, sort of. Yeah, are you scared?
I am scared, but I'll be fine if I'm with you.
Yeah, because plot armor.
Here's how this is gonna
PSO2
work.
physics
We'll
doing
approach
weird
the
things again.
time-stopped black hole in the gateway ship. It'll be easier to send you over a shorter distance, so once you're ready, commandeer the gateway ship, okay?
Okay. Before we do that, we are going to go through the sub-story because I believe up till here, and then I'll catch up to A World in Disarray, and then we'll do that one. Right.
Photons are like an element tied to the Akashic records.
Sort of like an element on the scientific table.
To oversimplify it a bit, they're the Akashic records itself.
So sort of like memories.
Photons are everywhere. See, they're like the ink the Akashic records uses to record all events in the universe. The way we use them is like we access a record of energy generation and reproduce it. Photoners were masters of utilizing photons as energy, but there's so much more you can do with them.
Remember when I was theorizing that photons are pretty similar to how materia is used in Final Fantasy VII? Well, here you go.
As for how, well, that's where it gets kinda tricky. I'll bet Shion figured she couldn't explain it well enough, so she stuck with teaching you to utilize them as energy.
Are you saying that Shion could have taught us how to use them like photoners? We missed out.
I kind of understand it. I have a better grasp of photons than most.
Well, yeah, you are photons.
But as for how you can handle them so well, or what it takes to use them like that I can't explain.
Well,
If only I could explain it clearly, we'd probably be living in a much better world right now. Would it be a brighter world? One full of happy places and smiling faces? Sometimes I wonder.
probably not. There's so many people who would misuse them. Definitely. This I want to know, because I forgot this entirely.
The first Clarice Greys, from the legendary trio of heroes who came before me.
I wouldn't call us legendary. For one thing, we were active like 40, 50 years ago tops.
Oh yeah, in PSO2 terms, that's not a long time.
All I was good at was tricks and cheats. The second is way, way better than me at actual arc stuff. That, and technically, I'm not actually Clarice Craze.
You're not?
Yeah, that's a good question. You're not?
It's kind of confusing to explain, but Clarice Craze is the name of the collection of photons that used to be inside of me.
Really?
Huh? What?
That's not helping, is it? Okay, how about this? I had a split personality.
Okay.
Split personality?
So, I used to be super weak and bedridden a lot, right? I'd always talk to the photons inside me, 'cause, hey, not like I had anything better to do. Then, what do you know? They took on a personality of their own. Boy, did that ever throw me for a loop at first.
Sounds an awful lot like how Matoi used to talk to Shion via her staff.
And if you think it threw me off, you should have seen the people around me. She had a real mouth on her.
Wait, that sounds familiar.
And when it came to combat, it was a pain to move around, so I always let her do all the heavy lifting. She was always a real go-getter. Eventually, that earned her the name Clarice Craze.
So that's where the name comes from.
I guess that's why Reggie and Mary don't call me Clarice Craze. I don't mind either way, but I think it'd be better for them if you call me Alma when I'm me.
Yes, ma'am. Consider it done.
By the way, could you please not call me ma'am?
Sure. Right. So, Alma, what has become of the first Clarice Craze inside of you?
She left this body here to me, and, vanished.
So perhaps the Clarice Craze lives on as photons? As perk of, harboring Clarice Craze? No. The host of Clarice Craze lives on as photons as a perk of harboring Clarice Craze? That's sort of weird.
What do you mean, left it to you?
Dog. Why you gotta be so noisy? Anyway.
Maybe I didn't phrase that right. I guess you could say that when I lost my corporeal body, she became a new vessel for me.
Oh. So wait, you could say that Alma became the new Clarice Craze?
So basically, it's like my body's Clarice Craze, and my mind is Alma.
Oh no, you know what's going to happen here, don't you? You just know it. It's a feeling.
So, Clarice Craze protected you, Alma?
Or perhaps it was an agreement.
Calling it protecting is kind of a disservice to her, I think. I mean, the last thing she said to me was,
Oh,
"Now
okay,
it's
yeah.
even."
Yeah. So my theory was correct. It's more like a perk of being the host.
Maybe that means I'm also Clarice Craze in a sense. Maybe I should get used to being called that after all.
So my theory here is Clarice Craze used to be a photoner, and somehow found a way to turn itself into photons. Interesting that Matoi didn't get that. This is the cutscene that I had to skip
The
through
large-scale operation has ended. Thank you for your support.
because it chucked me into the cutscene without my asking. So yeah, Xiao's back.
You know, in all the commotion, I forgot to bring something up. You've grown, haven't you, Xiao?
You noticed. I was starting to get a little antsy that no one was bringing it up. I figured that if I showed a little growth, it might help me get a better handle on what makes people tick. So here I am, new and improved.
Yeah. Improved?
I should mention that he's had this form since he created us 2 years ago. I never got to know the child version of Xiao.
Remember that Xiera is relatively new to ARCs, and we were asleep for a while.
Xiao is a child, huh? I'll bet he was super sassy and snotty.
Were you a ranger? Because that was dead on.
If I ever came across as sassy, then you must have mistaken one of my relatives for me.
Really?
Really? What do you think?
Xiao's relative would be... Sarah, right? Well...
Careful what you say. Sassy? Yeah, I'd have to say so.
Hey! You could stand to be a little more tactful.
Am I wrong?
My mind was constructed based on Sarah, so her personality has rubbed off on me considerably.
I want to know more about this.
When I come off as sassy or super laid back, that's all Sarah.
Ah, there you go.
The fact that you admit to her influence means you like her, don't you?
No comment. You can draw your own conclusions.
Exactly like Sarah.
Well, I guess the best thing about growing up is that now I get to pat Sarah's head.
Yes! Jared's one lucky guy.
Sarah hates it, so naturally, I eat it up.
I'd love to see that one day. Okay. Since it's someone we don't know, I guess I'll do this. First things first, let me go grab me a drink. Make sure this is disabled. I think I know what this is. I think this is where I left off. More or less. Oh. This one? This one. So it looks like we're going to Omega. Why not? And after this one I'll do the other.
The world of Omega
Sub-story.
is what the Akashic records dream of. It's a jumbled up
We've seen this
mishmash
before,
of
haven't
all
we?
the records in the universe.
That's a lot of photons.
The civilization and culture of Omega comes from random planets and eras logged in the Akashic records.
Which is why it sort of explains how Fantasy Star Universe is sort of intertwined, but not necessarily linked.
It's a waking dream spawned from the collective memories of an entire universe, so you're bound to run into all sorts of crazy stuff.
Like this tunnel.
I know I'm the one who asked you to go, but stay on your toes, okay?
I'd sing a bit, but that would probably get me copyright struck, and I can't sing anyway, so
And
moving
take
on.
care of things.
And we're back. Looks like the same place I was at before. Hey, listen.
Here! Over here!
Where the fairy flies.
Surprised? I was surprised myself. I was speechless.
So how long have you been here then?
At least I can always stay close to you in this form.
Yeah, you'll be able to hide. Wait, hide where? Don't answer that.
I, Sierra, will be your humble navigator.
Ah, you're a GPS, brilliant.
Let's start by finding a place with lots of life sign readings.
So let's see, we've got the mascot, we've got a hero from another world, and we've got someone to save. Ah, we've got all the makings of a good RPG then.
This is a pretty imposing place. What do they do here?
You there! What are you doing?
No lollygagging. I mean, I didn't steal any sweet rolls, I swear.
You don't look familiar. Are you one of the king's minions?
Oh good, that means I haven't committed any crimes against the laws of the land.
Your strange garb is unquestionably suspicious. Identify yourselves!
Or we come in peace.
The little one speaks. What is this creature?
I don't know.
What? I figured I'd look right at home like this. Oh, jeez. What do we do now?
You do look right at home though.
What's all the commotion?
Lady Harriet! My apologies for causing a stir. We found some suspicious figures skulking around. We were just about to apprehend them.
Oh no.
Suspicious figures?
It's you!
Lady Harriet, no! Stay back. They're dangerous.
I hate this guy already.
How
they dangerous? They are my guests.
Oh.
Your guests. Even if that were true, this is hardly the time.
There's always time for guests. Unless you're me. I don't actually like guests that much.
Varuna, I am most grateful for your consideration as my adjutant.
Maybe it'll change one day, but right now.
However, I will be fine. Please allow me to handle this.
Yes, ma'am. Just call if you're in any trouble at all. I'll be right there.
Thank you, Varuna. Come, this way.
She's got a good voice. Much better than episode 4.
This is my personal tent. No one will disturb us here.
No one?
Do you remember me?
Bonk.
You saved my life not long ago. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I am Harriet.
That's a name. That is a name. Remember that name for later.
I would ask you a somewhat impertinent question. Do you know of me? Of this land? In fact, do you know of this world at all?
Not really.
Yes, I thought as much. You wear foreign garb, you know nothing of us, and you wield overwhelming might.
I've been told that a few times, yeah.
Truly, it is just as legend foretold. How long we have awaited you.
What legend is this now?
Well,
Sounds like fighting. Can I go?
Hey, that rumbling and stuff outside can't be anything good, can it?
Lady Harriet,
you may enter.
sorcerers have arrived at the Royal Army camp. They appear to be preparing for a summoning.
They're going to summon a Castrum Demonica here, aren't they?
A what now?
Strike the enemy camp before the ritual is complete. Varuna, muster all troops.
Lady Harriet, that would be dangerous. I think we should retreat.
If we keep retreating, they'll corner us at our stronghold sooner or later. We would be finished. And I can hardly flee alone while everyone else is fighting.
Lady Harriet.
We'll launch a pinpoint blitz. Varuna, notify the troops immediately. My apologies. I must take the field. I will give you a full overview later, should I return alive.
Yep, because then it would be game over.
What's the plan?
We go anyway, naturally.
I sure do. Say no more. Let's go join Harriet.
Quickly now, quick! You can tell this is animated because the resolution is low.
Summoners! Prepare for Castrum Demonica summons! Crush the rebels who wreak havoc in our land!
Gee, this looks familiar. Didn't we just slay like, I don't know, 10,
Stop the
15
Castrum
of them?
Demonica summons! Charge!
Oh, it's just skeletons, they'll be fine. Number one enemy in an RPG. Surely nobody like those guards could take on some skeletons.
Blast! They're just too many monsters! But we're this close! All men, keep pushing! We're through! This is it! What?
A wall?
Arx Demonica. You were one step too late! Come forth, Castrum Demonica!
Oh boy. So I guess this is an RPG now because we will be fighting a building. A possessed building. But a building nonetheless. Okay.
Stand strong! Stand!
Stand. I don't think is a good order.
A castrum demonica has been sighted. Monsters are swarming the area.
Castrum Demonica? There's no breaching its Arx Demonica! All forces, retreat! I will take command!
So yeah, they haven't figured out how to breach its wall, except... Game? There you go. Ah, she can fight. Of course, it's the ones with no shields that are good at fighting in an RPG.
All forces have retreated. Lady Harriet, you should do the same.
No! I yet have a role to play!
Lady Harriet, you wouldn't.
Let the secrets of the Buster be made manifest!
Yeah, she's a buster, not an arts. Or a quick. Buster meta.
Lady Harriet, no, you can't. You know that no one has ever been able to control the Buster Tower
That's
before.
weird, that looks like photon control.
Yet control it I must! It is the only way to destroy the Castrum Demonica's Arx Demonica! Please, heed my call. Banish the encroaching darkness.
This seems weak.
Am I not good enough? Is my soul not?
Welcome the player's new class. When you need a hero.
Boy, talk about a close shave.
You! Why are you here?
You should.
You don't think we can just hide behind that? Nope. Basically, we can't just ignore someone in need.
Yeah, I wouldn't be an RPG protagonist if I didn't help the first person that asks for help.
A member of
Or not.
Arx? No. A guardian would never abandon someone.
A guardian? Thank you!
Well, maybe don't thank us just yet. Not even a guardian can go non-stop against an endless stream of enemies. The enemy forces seem to be driving Harriet's troops back. We have
What
to breach
sort of
that
troops are
barrier
they
and do
if they
something
can't hold
about
that?
kooky castle. But that barrier
What castle now?
is airtight. Breaking through is gonna be hard. Can we hold out long enough?
Nah. Of course we can. I have an idea.
The Buster Tower just stabilized!
What is it, Harriet?
There may be a way for us to break through the barrier after all. Allow me to place my faith in your might, the might of the Guardian.
So yeah, the coated edge comes in handy yet again. Actually, that's not entirely true. You'll see in a bit.
A grotesque castle suddenly appears, bearing down on the battlefield. And with it, the entire battle changes for the worse.
Oh no.
The Arx Demonica was birthed by the abominable fortress known as the Castrum Demonica. Said fortress is said to possess an impenetrable defense.
Oh no.
It cannot be escaped from or assaulted. Those who try are crushed. More horrible than the castrum itself are the monstrosities that issue from its maw, mercilessly pillaging and murdering. Clearly, there remains no choice but to flee. At least, that was how it should have been. Just then, a visitor appears from another world. The arrival of a savior bearing the light of hope, who cuts through the wicked foes, assailing the princess. And the savior's strength will be etched into the annals of history forevermore. Our aim is to halt the enemy invasion as we destroy the opposing Arx Demonica and Castrum Demonica.
Alright.
Over there is the enemy encampment. Deep within stands the enormous Castrum Demonica.
I should warn you, I've never played Fighter in the Buster
Quest
Quest
in the
before.
vicinity of the fortress. Eventually, try as they might, they will be overrun. The Castrum
This should be
Demonica
interesting.
is the source of our foes. Should it remain standing, victory is unthinkable.
So take out the castle, win.
The Castrum Demonica in the middle of the enemy encampment? But what do we do about the Arx Demonica thing that's protecting it? That'll take some time to destroy.
We have a weapon for that purpose. I present
Or now
to
we
you
do.
the Buster Tower. The might of the Buster Tower can easily break through the defenses of the Arx Demonica. But my power is insufficient. I am incapable of managing such a weapon. However, earlier it reacted to you. It should now be possible to unleash its full potential. The Buster Tower is now capable of launching a Buster Ram, the only thing that can destroy the Arx Demonica.
What?
The enemy is on the move! I don't think we have time to talk anymore. In summary, we use the Buster Tower to break the barrier. Then we smash the Castrum Demonica.
Yes,
I like how the game just
precisely as
expects
you
that we
say.
know how to use
A word
it.
of warning. If the Buster Tower is destroyed, it will mean defeat.
So essentially, defend the
We're
tower.
going into this blind, but let's give it a shot. I'll do my best to direct you. Good luck.
Thank you, GPS. Well, at least she's not emergency food. No, I haven't played that game, I've only watched it, unfortunately. I don't feel right playing it. I've played Mihiro's games before, not my
All
thing.
that's left now. No sign of enemy activity.
Basically, beat up the enemies, collect the crystals.
Gather mana to summon a Buster
Just like
Ram.
any other defense mission. Crystals in this case is just called mana.
The surrounding area.
Let me move, thank you. There we go. That's not a lot. That's only 80 out of 500.
Enemy forces have commenced their incursion. We need to focus on protecting the Buster Towers.
So yeah, you want to move quickly and defeat as many enemies as you can. Once upon a time, there was a class called Hero, and they moved really fast, like even compared to the likes of Gunners. And they were just perfect for this. In fact, so perfect that no other class was suitable.
The Arx Demonica and destroy the Castrum Demonica.
Because you just couldn't keep up with the other heroes. In addition, if you tried to solo it, chances are you'd lose, but that was still counted as a win if the timer times out. Buster quests were weird, not especially liked, but you had to do them. So yeah, just stick by this, defend it. That movement ring is coming in handy. Usually it'll spawn more waves, but this is the tutorial, so I'm sure everybody's done one of these before. Now the wall has crumbled. Usually it'll take 2 rams to take down a wall on
Enemy
your own.
forces have been put down. Now's our chance to summon the Buster Rams and destroy the Arx Demonica.
Yep. Nowadays, whenever you're soloing, it's pretty easy to actually complete this. Also, normally you'd have dash tiles like the ones from Tokyo.
Time to attack the Castrum Demonica.
Let's see. One, attack me. I dare you. Aha! That was my counter. Whenever you sway, like go down and back up, it counters with a fist from the skies. It's brilliant. I'm still learning, it's kind of weird. I'm used to like Hero Phantom, guess a 12 style countering.
Great work. Now head on back.
Normally you would be sent back and sent into another defense phase. But this time we won, so tutorial over. I'm not very good at explaining
On behalf
things.
of my people, thank you for your gracious assistance.
That's what
Yeah,
I've
what's
been
with these
wondering.
enemies?
And what's up with the Buster Tower?
They seem way too strong.
Let's start with the Castrum Demonica that kept popping out enemies. Was it a bunch of rocks, or was it actually alive?
Both.
It is a castle and a living thing both. They are living fortresses that call forth endless waves of monsters. Thus, Castrum Demonica.
Okay.
They are foul wedges, driven into the world by way of large-scale conjurations.
Okay.
Conjure... what now?
Summoning rituals.
A type of magic that summons enslaved creatures from other realms. This may all be new to you, since you're both from another world. In this world, we have something called sorcery. It is a means by which one draws upon mana in the atmosphere to trigger supernatural phenomena.
Never heard this before.
It sounds comparable to what we know as photons and techniques.
Yep.
Maybe the reason it was so easy for me to analyze the Castrum Demonica and the Buster Tower was because they share similar roots.
Individuals can only harness so much mana alone. A person's sorcery prowess was generally limited to a fairly ordinary degree.
Until recently?
That is, until these ephemera came along. Suddenly, seedlessly, ephemera, just the blossoms, began blooming all over the world decades prior. It came to light that the ephemera made extremely efficient catalysts for sorcery. One land mastered bodily enhancement. A second used them as regents for mind control potions. Another solved the riddle of replication.
Foreign magic causing corruption, huh?
And in my land, they discovered the art of conjuration. The Castrum Demonica is the apex of conjuration sorcery. Once its ephemera-consuming summon is complete, it wedges itself into the ground. It deploys a highly durable Arx Demonica barrier and summons endless monsters to intercept its foes. Even the Castrum itself is quite deadly.
Reminds me of Darkfowl's Gemini, with the whole castle theme.
It has been said to be impossible for someone on a human level to breach and conquer these fortresses, no matter what sorcery they avail.
Human level? So you're saying that a non-human could potentially bypass it?
Furthermore, the act of summoning one consumes all mana and ephemera in the area, leaving no way to counter-summon another Castrum Demonica to fight the first.
Well, those are just bad odds.
So basically, the first side to summon a Castrum Demonica always wins?
Just so. The face of war in this world has greatly changed since the advent of the Castrum Demonica.
Now, normally you'd go across the world and fight all of these, but I don't think that's the case anymore.
The Buster Tower conjuration is what was invented to counter it.
Ah, the thing you were using in the fight just now, right?
It is a siege weapon, designed to breach the Arx Demonica generated by the Castrum Demonica, drawing upon the mana in the atmosphere. However, it requires an enormous amount of mana to control. Without ephemera, it was beyond our ability to harness.
But our friend here could do it, and we were able to destroy the Castrum Demonica.
Implying anything involving the Guardian is normal.
Power always comes at a price. Sorcery requires mana. Technology requires hard work.
So that's the kind of
Wielding
world we're
such
in now.
inordinate power at no cost is by no means a good thing. All this unrest, the tension between the nations of our world, the coup in my kingdom. Ephemera is the catalyst for it all. It's a fiendish flower whose nectar drives the world mad. Our aim is to eliminate it and restore peace to the land. No, the world.
World peace? Well, nobody could say you aren't aiming high. Not that I blame you. Harriet, would you be willing to let us have that flower?
It's dangerous, but
Channel your power into it. Channel photons, like you're holding a weapon.
right. Ah, it's
I
gone.
knew it.
What?
Wait, you knew what, Harriet?
Ah,
It is the
exactly.
legend I mentioned previously. A fairy tale widely known in our world since ancient times. It goes like this.
Oh boy, here we go. More fairy tales.
When the realm is enshrouded in darkness, lament not, for a hero shall spring forth from otherworldly luminance, spirit guide in tow. The hero shall serve as a beacon and cross the path of light. They shall tread the path of the brave, shepherding all those who follow. In turn, those who take up arms shall guide wayward souls lost to darkness. Perilous is the path they tread, yet righteousness will prevail. Fear not our savior, for by their hand shall light shine on blackest night, banishing the darkness forevermore.
So your traditional RPG plot then?
Visitor from another land, spoken of in legend. Or should I say guardian? Please, will you lend us your aid?
How can I say no?
Gosh, the scope of all this just grew exponentially.
It's nothing that we haven't already handled before.
In fact, are you sure you're okay with all this, Harriet?
After all, it's Arx's job to handle this.
I get that there's a legend, but we're clearly not from this world. Do you really want to trust random strangers with something so important?
After what you said in episode 4, you're going to question it? Come on,
The legend alone,
just say yes.
I would have taken with
Just
a grain of
say
salt.
yes.
But you have aided me in my time of need. And twice now you've come to my rescue. That is enough for me to trust you. More than enough. To fly to someone's aid without hesitation in a realm where you tread blindly. It's no small feat.
Well, I've got a GPS.
I would trust you. With or without the legend.
Really?
That ephemera flower just now, it disintegrated in reaction to photons.
You know, that sounds an awful like F Factor.
That's an F-factor mass. As members of ARCS, we consider those a problem.
Yep, that's our problem now.
Besides, how can we say no when you're asking so nicely?
That's what I said.
Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Well, we've gathered plenty of intel. How about we pop back to the ARC ship to deliver a report real quick?
Oh yeah, real quick. We'll be there and right back. So yeah, this is as far as you need to go for the Buster Quest. I guess it's a bit late to be explaining that, but hey. Just one moment, I'm just going to do something. Just in case, because YouTube. Right, side story. The one I said I was going to do. This one. Someone unknown and Huey. I wonder who that could be. Well, it's already been 1.5 hours. Oh. Who?
I have you now, Commander!
Whoa!
But you were wide open! Wait a minute! You're not Commander Huey?
No, worse.
Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry! Rushing at the wrong person, pointy end first. I'm the worst. I sense a strong presence and went in swinging. I can't apologize enough.
You thought it was a training session?
What's the matter, Stratos? Don't tell me you're tapping out already. Ha!
Wait.
It's you. Fancy meeting you here.
Was this a setup?
You mean this is the Guardian? Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I messed up big time.
It's fine. Just watch where you're pointing that thing.
Now I get it. Sorry you got dragged into that.
Which thing? Don't answer that.
You can tell how bad Stratos feels about this. Could you let her off the hook? We're tight, right?
Yeah, of course.
It might be easier to explain that if I introduced her first.
I'm Stratos with the Combat Bureau's new tactics team.
New tactics team?
Stratos is a 3rd generation, same as you. She's already mastered the basics of every class just this year. She's the team's rising star.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
I'm deeply humbled.
By the way, the new tactics team is, well, what it says on the tin. They're the ones who do applied combat studies for new classes. Coming up with new ideas is vital for that, which is why I've selected Stratos to be in charge of it.
I'm deeply humbled.
But it's been a bit of an uphill battle. She's been studying a concept for solo-based group suppression, but the brass won't give it the okay. Claris, Craze, and I are helping where we can, but our fighting styles are so established that they're not exactly accommodating.
Why not give me a try?
I'm deeply humbled.
Okay, give it a rest.
That's where you come in. How'd you like to be a sounding board for Stratos?
Oh gosh, Commander, that'd be super humbling.
You won't find anyone in ARCS who's more flexible and resourceful. You couldn't ask for a better brainstorming partner.
I'm in a minded training session.
That, and you're probably the best suited out of anyone in ARCS at mastering new classes. You wouldn't mind chipping in for the benefit of all the ARCS ops that'll come after you, right?
What do you mean by that?
You're so modest. Don't worry. You'll do fine. I know that for a fact.
I look forward to working with you. So, anyway, could you share some of your latest combat logs with me? Pretty please?
Sega. Why? Why tease us? I just want to know how hard my fatal knockout hit on the Dark Powers Persona fight earlier. I managed to hit damage cap and I don't know how hard it actually hits. Unfortunately, I've done quests in which the damage is ridiculously modified. Divide quest, I think. So I will never know how hard it hit. Oh well. Anyway, let's see what's going on here.
Oh hey, perfect timing. We just got official approval for a new class.
That was fast.
It's a class designed around fighting hordes of foes with a handful of people, so it might come in handy in your battles on Omega.
Yeah, so you can tell they were trying to make Hero the, what's it called, Flavor of the Month class. Thankfully, the community rose up and complained. Sega changed it in a hurry.
Give it a whirl if you're interested. It's certainly got the applicant's seal of approval.
One moment. I don't know what that was, but... Anyway, for a better introduction to Hero, I'm just going through these now so I don't have to later.
Hi there!
It's happening again. Why?
I know you're busy, but I'd be super humbled if you'd be my sparring partner.
Are you sure? I wouldn't.
I feel super bad that the last time we met, we spent the whole time just going over your combat experience.
Could you imagine a fighter with counter sparring against a hero with counter? They'd both be waiting on each other to do a move so they can counter it. It would just be the biggest stalemate of the century.
But that helped me get the approval I needed for the new class I've been researching. I just got it all set up at the class counter, so now anyone can be a hero if they fit the bill.
If everyone's a hero, no one is.
What I mean is, the class got approved, so you can be a hero.
Why rephrase it like that? Oh well. Oh well.
Oh, right! Of course! I totally forgot to tell you last time!
Tell me what.
I've been researching a new class. Now I have finally received approval for that class. It is called Hero!
Hero?
That's right! Hero!
Hero? Did someone say hero?
Do you think the name's dumb? The way I see it, it's basically that or nothing.
Well, I mean, we already have fighter, so...
I mean, check this out! Look at the way this class swings a sword! Isn't it rad as heck? And when it
I like how they
fires
tease that sword.
machine guns, looky here! They're brand new weapons!
If you're late, well, you don't have this weapon.
Masters an all-new way of wielding taluses. All that goodness packed into one class!
Talons are actually pretty good.
If that doesn't make you think hero, then what does? Nothing, that's what!
To be honest, I'll just stick with fighter. I was never that good at hero anyway. Is that it? Yes it is. Okay. Don't need drinks because there's no combat quest. More story. Well, this is a nice little movie, isn't it?
So that's why I made sure to fudge things on my end this time.
What now?
Guardian or not, regular medical exams are not optional. Is that clear, Matoy?
Matoy getting grilled?
Yes, ma'am.
This is no laughing matter. That goes for you too. Just because you're a guardian, that doesn't mean the rules don't apply to you.
Sorry.
You and the second are different guardians from Reggie and Mary. You have your own unique roles to play. I wonder what happened that led to that point.
Oh, that's easy. They've been fighting a grand battle against the Falspawn for a very long period of time.
I mean, it's PSO2. We did this in... 9 months? 8 months? Something like that?
Of course, they started before I was born, so I haven't been watching them the whole time.
No, instead before we just got grilled by Xiao.
Hey, Sierra. Is there any way for us to look back at everywhere these two have been?
Now, back in the day, there used to be a way to go back to previous story. This is how they filled it in. If you go back to some of the story events, you can get Alma's comments on what happened. Now, I don't know if this is still a thing, or if it's even worth me going back to see the comments.
I'd love to be able to see what happened on ARCs while I was gone. You know, just like you'd look over any other set of records. I'm afraid that's not...
Oh, Shara.
There is a way.
Why?
There is?
Shara just wants to watch episode 4 again.
Our friend here's experiences have been utterly invaluable, so of course I made a database out of them.
So you're saying you peeped? Well, of course she did.
That said,
Where's
I
Kazuma when
haven't
you
had
need
a
him?
chance to organize it, and I can't be sure of their veracity unless our friend is here to help me.
No, I think I've got it.
Then come on, let's reminisce about your past together.
No thanks.
It'll keep our info in order, and we'd all love to know what you've been through up till now. So I really think there's no downside here.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to, you can go back to some quests, see Alma's comments, if you want. Oh, okay. So yeah, the ones that Alma has made a comment in, you will see in the story quest menu. I might have a look. Let's have a look now. No. Okay, I guess I'll have to do it this way then. Is there anything else? No. So it won't randomly throw me into a cutscene? Good. Let me have a look. Let's see which ones there are. Game? There we go. Change the episodes. Oh wait, I can just do this, can't I? Story quest. Episode 1. Oh wow, there's a lot of them. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll come back to that later. Maybe even off screen. I don't know. Right, so main quest again.
Guardian, thank you for your earlier assistance.
I hate you already.
I'm most grateful to you for saving Lady Harriet. It's not you I'm frustrated with. It's my own weakness.
Oh no.
The only reason I couldn't assist Lady Harriet back there was because I was too feeble. I'm supposed to be Lady Harriet's adjutant. If only I were as strong as you, Guardian, she might be more willing to lean on me.
You want advice? Get good.
Hey, you're not thinking of using ephemera, are you? From what we've learned, ephemera is awfully tempting, and we've heard very little about its side effects so far. Is everyone really okay with not using ephemera at all in light of that?
No matter how fiercely we lament our weakness, none of us would dare to use ephemera. There could be no greater betrayal of Lady Harriet's wishes. Ephemera twists the world, and it would be folly to say that no one questions that claim. But Lady Harriet strives for all our sakes. That much is undeniable. When she instigated this uprising to strike down Prime Minister Lutz, a man obsessed with personal gain, she did so purely for
Lutz,
people.
huh?
She devotes herself tirelessly to the cause of righteousness, no matter how much harm it does to her mind and body.
Sounds like she'd fit in well with the Arts as Guardians.
No. All of us have found a purpose for ourselves in supporting Lady Harriet in her quest. Guardian, I am truly grateful to you for rescuing her. But I am her adjutant. I'll be the one to protect her.
Yeah? Let's see you protect her then.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Talk about transparent! He's head over heels for Harriet!
Yeah, and he's not good at doing it either.
That was pretty educational, too. everyone's more enthused about Harriet than about eliminating Ephemera. From what he's saying.
She sounds like a great speaker. Ah.
He's so dashing and handsome, though. He must have grown up from an upstanding family, with cultured siblings and all that.
Remember this for later. Yeah, normally in here you'd be missing
It's
Buster
fine.
quests to progress.
It's fine. There's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing at all.
Oh, I've seen this before.
I've lost my body and life once already.
Wait, what?
It exists as an offering to the people. It exists to be with them. So don't be afraid, Harriet. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. You caught me at a most embarrassing moment, didn't you?
Are you scared?
I am, yes. I would be lying if I claimed otherwise.
Because you're more normal.
But it is a fear I must never forget. A fear
Okay.
of conflict is what fuels my desire to bring it to a swift end, and it keeps me off the field. Thus, I must always keep that fear close to my heart, so that I do not act recklessly.
Well, not every fighter's fought on the field.
But... please don't tell anyone you saw me lose my composure. Ever. The people would worry.
So, about these four nations.
Say, you've mostly spoken about your own land so far. There are others in this world too, right?
Yeah, she did mention it earlier,
Yes, that's right.
but only a quick mention.
This continent is divided into 4 cardinal nations.
Some of these look
This
familiar.
is the southern nation. Here lies the domain of Quento, a land of nature and magic.
I guess I'll
I
just
am
sit
the
back.
second child of the late king of Quento.
Why do you fight if you're a leader then?
As I mentioned previously, I wish to restore this kingdom to its rightful, peaceful state. For that, a symbol is needed. Royalty exists to serve the people, so I must stand at their fore.
Yes, but without anyone to guide them.
Prime Minister Lutz was drunk on the power and prosperity brought about by Ephemera when he launched his coup. Because of that, my father lost his life, and we were banished from the kingdom.
Vanished, okay.
Now Lutz calls himself king, and he forces the people to bear greater burdens than ever in the name of augmenting his forces. As members of the royal family, it falls to us to put an end to Lutz's tyranny.
Yep, RPG plot right here.
I cannot allow our land to become intoxicated by power and plunge headlong into a foolhardy war. I would like you to meet someone, so that we might discuss what comes next.
Someone? Ah, we're going to be introduced to Harriet's older brother. Wonder who it could be.
I would like
So
you
at this
to meet
point you've
someone.
taken down 1 or 2 Buster
The
castles.
invitation Harriet extended to the Guardian led them on a journey to a city in southern Quento. It was a location that was far removed from the events in the royal capital. The city was a remote little burg, unaffected by the fighting. It offered no sign at all of nearby conflict.
That's because it's in the middle of nowhere. Literally. A nice sticking castle you have here.
Ah, Lady Harriet! Welcome back!
I guess news hasn't reached
We
here
were all
yet.
so frightened when we heard you'd come under attack.
Oh, it
I'm
has,
so
okay.
glad you're safe. Oh, you must be tired, Lady Harriet. I'll prepare rooms for you, Mr. Varuna, and your entourage. It pains me to have worried you. But rest assured, there is no need to be concerned. These people have kept me quite safe. I must show my guests in. Please, as you were. Don't mind me.
She definitely fit in as an Arx.
My apologies for all of the commotion. We are currently bound for the Cuento Revolutionary Army headquarters.
Oh, okay.
There's an awful lot of people here for a revolutionary army.
They are all people who could not bear the tyranny of the current pretender, Prime Minister Lutz.
Prime Minister Lutz's highest priorities are the collection of ephemera and the summoning of Castrum Demonicus using it.
I can see.
Castrum
I can see.
Demonicus are summoned without regard to where people live. One after another, it's becoming increasingly erratic.
Enslavement by technology is a pox upon the world. I am certain that ephemera is no different in that regard. The one I'd like you to meet is just inside.
The lighting is good in here.
Coming in!
What happened to the music?
You know, normally you wait for someone to bid you enter before
that
barging
voice.
in. You
I've heard
defeat the
that voice
purpose of
before.
knocking otherwise.
If I awaited your reply, brother, the whole day would be wasted.
And
Oh,
how many
not
other
this guy
sunsets
again.
have there been besides?
I know that voice.
Oh? Did you bring guests? Does that mean our time of reckoning is finally at hand?
Hal, what are you doing here?
Luther? Again? Really? He looks a little bit different though. A younger Luther, perhaps? Well, as far as photoners go, anyway.
Luther is indeed my name. Who are you to utter it so disrespectfully?
Things have happened.
Few people would react so strongly to my name and face. Few, except minions of Lutz, that is.
You are mistaken, Luther. This person saved me when I was being chased.
Sure, but I might be playing double agent. You don't know that.
You simply accept that, Harriet. Couldn't there be a ploy on their part? To have you lead them right to our hideout?
Luther!
This all happened awfully quickly.
Yes, calm yourself. It's unbecoming for an heir to the throne to raise her voice so.
The same could be said of you, Luther.
I was stripped of my right to exceed, remember? Which leaves me with that much more liberty in terms of my thoughts, my deeds, and my research.
Oh, okay. Luther's research. Hey, knock this guy out.
I get it. That is what Alma was talking about. The universe's memories are all jumbled up. Since this is the Akashic Records stream, anything is fair game.
What's interesting here is that Luther was recorded in the Akashic memory, which means his physical body must be dead.
But still, I wasn't expecting Harriet's brother to be Luther of all people. There's crazy, and then there's crazy.
I don't know, there's not an awful lot of records about the photoners.
What is it?
Research.
A fairy, just as the legend foretold. As for you, of course, you must be the otherworldly visitor spoken of in the selfsame legend.
You can tell that?
I stand at the forefront of sorcery research.
Of course you
One
do.
look at your mana flow makes it clear you're not of this world.
Mana flow? You can see that.
Besides, this is a land where summoning is a reality. I was the one to discover their mechanism.
Of course Luther was one to discover the mechanism behind the problem.
It would be irrational indeed if I refused to believe in the existence of other worlds. I must say, though, I'm impressed that you speak our language in that form and fly through the air. Legend or no, it's quite fascinating. How would you like to be a research subject?
Called it.
Oh jeez! The more things change, the more they stay the same!
Time is a flat circle.
Whoa! Help me!
Don't tease her.
I was quite serious, actually, and... oh dear. I can feel my sister glaring daggers at me. Right then, back on topic.
I know that, Phil. When you say something that people don't like and you can feel their stares. Ugh.
Allow me to delve into the origin of our war and the state of our nation. It all started with this flower, ephemera. You've already heard about what it does, I trust.
Unfortunately, yes.
Using ephemera as a catalyst makes works of sorcery far more potent than they would be otherwise.
This enabled the working of sorcerous miracles that would never have otherwise been possible under mundane limitations.
Simply because it's a form of energy storage.
Such strange flowers. They sprout up the world over, leaving no seeds. When their petals scatter, they fade away like morning fog. Some characterize them as gifts from on high, but in truth, they are quite the opposite. More of a deal with the devil, really. To wit, ephemera are demonic flowers that slowly erode the minds of those who use them, gradually driving the world mad.
Sounds an awful like F Factor after all.
What do you mean by erode minds?
Exactly what I said, Fairy. As one absorbs the mana given off by ephemera, their mind becomes increasingly eroded.
Increasingly eroded. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? Reminds me of Mother from episode 4. She became more and more insane the more the Dark Files took over.
It progresses slowly, unnoticeably, until finally, the user is no longer capable of distinguishing between sanity and madness. Then, they accept only those who are similarly afflicted. They cultivate an inescapable obsession with eliminating all others.
Well, the Empire must be full of strong people. I mean, what?
Prime Minister Lutz is one such victim. He killed the king and usurped the throne. And you see what he is doing now.
Hey, it is the Sith.
This sounds an awful lot like F-Factor corruption. If the profound darkness is behind the rise of this ephemera, that would explain a lot.
Your outside voice is leaking.
If continual use of ephemera results in people's minds being eroded, that's a huge threat. But how did you figure that out?
Well,
I was the one who devised the Castrum Demonica conjuration. I've allowed countless people to die after being driven mad by it.
See? He is the problem.
but that's not fair! You were just working to advance the field of sorcery. You never meant to.
Excuses are cheap, Harriet.
I agree.
I have sacrificed many on the altar of my research. I am aware of my crimes, and why my right to succession was stripped away. And now, the very world is being eroded as a result of my research. That's a fact, plain and simple.
Well, at least he's taking responsibility in this world.
If it did, I certainly wouldn't be here right now.
Really?
This is the result of
I
being
doubt that.
fixated on the true object of my research, and refusing to take other factors into account. All I did was watch as people became corrupted. I'm the craziest of them all.
Really?
If not for Harriet, I'm sure I would have suffered the same fate as Lutz.
You know that sound of ice cracking? That's actually my player cracking her fists. Like, she's ready.
Granted, you are the one who created the Castrum Demonica.
If we see a hint of red in his eyes.
But you are also the one who crafted the Buster Tower conjuration to destroy it.
Well, the good conjurer must have a good reverse. Otherwise, you're gonna summon something which you have no plan to get rid of.
Yes, and we've seen what that's gotten me. A spot right at the top of Lutz's hit list.
So you're hiding?
Collusion with enemy nations on the use of Castrum Demonicas, larceny, insurgent R&D. The list of trumped-up charges goes on, I'm sure.
Ephemera was first discovered decades before we were even born. Its effects were tremendous, but nothing world-changing.
Until?
It was the Castrum Demonica conjuration that Luther discovered, which changed the face of war in our world. Every country summons Castrum Demonicas to their borders and has staring contests with their neighbors, never directly attacking.
With no invasions, wars stay contained, and needless bloodshed is averted. By all appearances, it leads to a world at peace. Perhaps if one takes this at face value, the leaking of Castrum Demonica technology to other nations wasn't in vain.
But what if other nations have the same problem as Drento?
But that's only on the surface. It's merely one step on a slow path toward destruction.
It's inevitable, right?
Because ephemera drives people mad?
Yes. The Castrum Demonicas consume ephemera and scatter its corruption far and wide. We must ensure that they are destroyed. That is why I devised the Buster Tower. To be a counter-conjuration capable of destroying the Castrum Demonica's Arx Demonica. But handling one requires a large amount of mana, and more to the point, 0 ephemera.
So only a few people can ever summon it.
It's beyond any layperson's ability to handle. Neither Harriet nor I had the aptitude.
Even Luther didn't have the aptitude? That I'm surprised at.
Yet, you mastered it. Not only that, but you breached the Arx Demonica and destroyed the Castrum Demonica.
Demonica. Okay?
What's more, you've even managed to replicate the Buster Tower summons through your own arts, and you can manage several simultaneously. If that doesn't qualify someone to be the savior, what does?
It's true, if you draw out the match long enough, you'll be able to summon multiple Buster Towers. But that's not quite true, the Buster Rams.
They bloom by chance, conveniently happening to be a catalyst that improves summons. Coincidences that sweet simply don't exist.
So you think this is a plot?
They're evil entities that distort the world and incite madness with every use. They must be driven extinct. The sooner, the better.
Luther.
Well, if we keep fighting the Castrums, eventually the ephemera will disappear, but the corruption that takes its place, well, that's not a good idea.
I admit that him having Luther's face still throws me off, but he's being perfectly sensible about this.
Even though he's creepy.
Ephemera, the flower that distorts the world, the flower that your photons disintegrate. We've tested it before, and these are crystallized F-factors. For all intents and purposes, they're part of the profound darkness.
Oh wow, okay.
If it's the ephemera that caused the profound darkness to grow more active in this world,
You think it's making it go stronger?
then we can't allow them to exist. It's sounding more and more like working with Harriet is the right call.
Why wouldn't it be? It sounds like the right thing to do. There we go. So it looks like we're going back. I go until the end of the next combat quest, whenever that happens to be. I hope it's not that far off.
I can't believe we encountered Luther that way. Calling it the Akashic Records dream is a good way to put it. It's even more chaotic than I imagined.
It is chaos.
Dreams are always kind of random.
True.
I bet it's only going to get more nutty from here.
Freezing.
Alma, is it just me? Or are you eating this whole thing up?
Sorry. I'm not, honest. I actually feel pressed to do something about it. It's just been so long since I've spoken with other people that I can't help but make the most of it.
You said you were with the Akashic Records, right? What were you doing after Shion was gone?
Nothing. I was just together with the Akashic Records.
So yeah, to put it strictly, Shion is not the Akashic Records. She's more like a representative of the Akashic Records. Implying that one day maybe there'll be someone else.
I was alone, watching the records of the universe file themselves away. I was content with that.
If you have watched my Magia Record Let's Play, which is not available right now, you'll remember some similarities between the Akashic Records and Magia Records. Similar idea.
But I guess when I start talking, it makes me want more. Interpersonal connection is really important.
I feel that.
Alma? You can always chat with me. I mean, when you have the time.
Really, Sierra? I thought you were super busy.
A little's not gonna kill me. Being a sounding board is part of my job description. Right?
Board, yep. Sounding board, yeah. Take it easy.
I hear you. Okay, Sierra. I'm sure we can find plenty to talk about.
Sure.
I wonder when the next combat quest is. Surely it's not going to be... I forget how long chapter 1 is.
Princess Harriet lives, and is now working side by side with the savior of legend. Rumors of their cooperation have spread throughout the realm like wildfire. The people held the belief that if the legendary hero, who had come to save the world in its darkest hour, supported her, then her cause must be just. The revolutionary army's numbers swelled.
That's 3.
But rarely did the
That's the
slightest
tutorial,
hint of
so
a smile
4.
grace the faces of their leaders, Harriet and Luther.
So we're moving up.
You're carving a path to the royal Castrum Demonica at a time. I think we've got a decent shot at this.
Yes, I agree. We have one remaining concern, though. Elise, the Sword Maiden.
I was sort of hoping they would just romanize her name to Alice, but...
The sword who now?
She is a figure from legend, much like the Guardian. However, she comes from historic fact rather than folklore.
Before the advent of conjurations and ephemera, this realm was once under the dominion of a great dragon called the Crimson Fellworm.
If you've played this game anytime since episode 4, you'll know that dragon was
built
important.
a castle atop its remains to seal it away and restore the land. That is how our nation of Quento was founded.
Wow! Does that mean your family is descended from the hero?
No, we are descendants of her companions. The hero's line is passed down through her sword and her ancient power. They have no political sway.
So basically, the hero wanted nothing to do with the country's politics. Makes sense.
The hero's line. Alice the Sword Maiden. While she has no stake in the political will of our Lord, her existence remains a threat.
How come?
How so? You just said she wouldn't meddle in governmental affairs.
But if she was forced.
High-minded or no, it's a flesh and blood person who carries the sword. And not everything is cut and dry.
If she was forced to fight us.
Quento Castle, the throne room.
Our target, I guess.
The former Prime Minister Lutz listened impatiently to his officers' reports, languishing upon the throne.
Ah, we're getting some insight here, are we? That's a fancy sword.
How do you explain this state of affairs? I believe I ordered you to suppress the rebel army. Luther and Harriet yet live. And not only that, but our Castrum Demonicas are being destroyed the realm over. What is the meaning of this?
Well, but the protagonist has been found.
The Castrum Demonica is indestructible, but only so long as its Arx Demonica remains standing, sire. Should a means be devised of breaking the barrier, destruction is not out of the question.
Excuses! I demand action!
Ooh.
Compose yourself.
Ah,
Uncle.
so this is Elise.
How can you expect me to be composed when our Castrum Demonicas are falling left and right?
Princess Harriet's side has the power to destroy Castrum Demonicas, and they travel with the entity known as the Guardian. They are also backed by the royal bloodline. You control the kingdom, objectively speaking, but theirs is the side with just cause.
Yep, just cause. Great game.
Just whose side are you on, Alice?
Neither.
I merely state the objective truth as Sword Maiden. I believe that a parley would be in the best interest of our nation and its people.
Never! The royal line tried to doom the land. There can be no peace with them.
Yeah, but that's Luther.
Did the former king truly seek to doom the land?
How can you even ask? Castrum Demonicas and Ephemera are absolutely vital to our land's continued survival in the world. To publicly renounce them would doom us all. our nation would fall and be erased from history.
And yet?
The legend and sword you protected would be gone with it. Isn't that right, Elise the Sword Maiden?
Yes.
Without the Castrum Demonicas,
Inside voice again.
maintain our borders in this world. What my uncle claims is accurate.
Inside voices are so quiet in the English
So
dub.
set upon renouncing them and eliminating ephemera, even knowing that. I'll have to ask them in person.
Hopefully you can read the subtitles. They're pretty hard to read even on my screen. Then again, I'm not using my glasses right now. It should be. Here we go. So, no combat quest. Let's clean these at some point.
The official claim was that the former king was struck down for attempting to cast away his nation's sovereignty. According to this version of events, his public policy was too harmful to be endured. Sword Maiden Elise accepted those claims without question. She had read the royally stamped edicts for herself after all, and put in the effort necessary to assure that they matched the Prime Minister's claims. However, something felt as though it was amiss. What reason could a benevolent king possibly have for being so forceful about the need to expunge ephemera and the Castrum Demonicas? The Sword Maiden who carried on the legend had a duty to maintain an accurate grasp of history. Elise took that duty seriously. When the Sword Maiden showed up, alone and unescorted, Harriet's group was surprised, but they welcomed her nonetheless.
Why would someone with such a legend need an escort?
Thank you for your gracious reception.
It is an honor to be visited by Elise, the Sword Maiden.
Please, there is no need to bow. My line carries on a sword and legend, and we have no political affiliation.
Thank you.
But Lutz is your uncle. Surely you hold sympathy for one related to you by blood.
By that logic, my bond to the two of you is thicker than blood. We can all trace our lineage back to the legend after all.
And what are you here to discuss?
The Castrum Demonica. No, the ephemera. I am here to learn the truth of them.
What do you get out of seeing through your enemy's eyes? Your uncle is at distinct odds with us.
The Castrum Demonicas are my uncle's prized possession. Should they fall, then the outcome of this war is clear to me. To which side should I devote my blade and strength? Who is worthy of my faith? That is what I wish to ascertain.
So you want to watch the fighting?
Ephemera permeates the minds of those who use it. It amplifies violent urges and drives them to eliminate those who have not been afflicted. I learned this while developing the castrums and presented my findings to the king, who issued a policy on the spot prohibiting ephemera.
Ah, that's the truth of it. Okay.
The Prime Minister and his allies disagreed most violently. They assassinated the king, blaming we royal siblings, and usurped the throne.
Am I to believe that in the absence of evidence?
What evidence does the enemy give you?
You must have seen the evidence for yourself by now. Aren't you Prime Minister Lutz's niece?
Are you suggesting that my uncle has already succumbed to this ephemera phenomenon?
Yes.
The Prime Minister we knew was a kind-hearted man who always put the nation and its people first. Father had absolute faith in him.
Of course, it's always the prime... well, any sort of minister who betrays the king. Always. Well, at least in RPGs anyway.
Lutz also took point personally. in preparing castrum demonicas in the interest of national defense. He summoned more of them than anyone.
I bet you there's a TV trope about it somewhere.
Which, in turn, has exposed him to the negative effects of ephemera.
Let's see. Ah, here we go, the usurper. Yes, indeed.
He builds castrum demonicas across the land for the good of the nation.
The tyrant takes the helm.
We, the royals,
the wrongful heir to
destroy
the
them
throne.
for the good of the world.
I mean, there's a lot of potential fits for that sort of person. Oh.
The irony is not lost on me, I assure you.
Luther.
That's the long and short of our pitch, as it were. What you believe is up to you. But something tells me the decision has been made for you already.
What do you...
Lady Harriet, reporting. We have a massive conjuration reading on the plains in front of our camp. It's a castrum demonica summons.
Ah, you'll get your chance to watch them.
What? But there are no military forces stationed around here.
You were followed.
I imagined he assembled some forces while you were making contact with us. To exploit the Sword Maiden. Nay, one's own niece as a pawn. You truly have lost yourself to madness, Lutz.
Uncle!
Ah, we get to do a Buster quest, okay. So after that, I will end off. Let me get prepared first. I don't think I'll need the buff from the tree for this. This is still new player content as far as I know. Oh no, we're adjusted to level 20. Okay. May see other players here. Okay. Or I could just set a password. I'll do this on my own. I can handle it. I think. Hup. Ah. Remember, even if it's a tie, it's a win for us. So.
The battle for the Castrum Demonica is about to begin. We've confirmed deployment of the Arx Demonica and anticipate a fierce battle.
A fierce battle.
Ramps, destroy barriers, and destroy the Castrum Demonica upon interception. Good luck. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
I wish I could throw in my own BGM for this, but copyright, so not getting involved with that. We've got 2 towers. I mean, I don't think you have to do this if you don't want to, but I'll do it anyway.
All personnel, prepare to commence battle.
This one.
Don't
Fine.
forget to collect mana.
This one. I'd like to get to 500 because I believe I'll require 2 piles for this. There you go. Where are they?
Enemy forces attacking. Defend the cluster towers. Mana readings are increasing.
I got this. I don't mind if one or two gets through. Not a problem.
Enemy numbers are dropping!
Ow. Oh, I've still got limit break on, that's why. Need to deal with that tower. Alright. We're gonna get some Buster Rams. Two of them, they're both on the left. Looks like I did okay to stay in the limit break without dropping. Get a long time to collect mana crystals. Let's get ready. I'll destroy as many as I can, but fighters not do that sort of thing. That's more heroes. Go for that one guy. Yeah. Ow. I walked right into that one. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is gonna be good. You ready? Ooh. And that's the sound whenever you capture. Defense. This is the sword. Destroy the sword, please.
I'm getting massive energy readings from the Casper Demonica!
Destroy as many as you can, including the tower on the way back. Stun the golem on the way there. Try and reach one of these. The golem isn't a concern, it's the towers. Alright, more enemies? Okay. Looks like we've got more missiles coming in. easier for a fighter to destroy those close to the end of their life. Make sure this tower is clear before I go back. Careful whenever you're walking back, otherwise you'll get hit by the boulders. We use the photon blast here while I try and recover. We'll take care of these towers. Let's out sending in missiles. Get the boulder. Excellent. That'll be good to have. And that's all the enemies, I believe. Oh, there's more. Okay, we only have a few seconds to defend. Careful if you're standing near a tower, you might get rushed. Ow.
You can jump the defensive mechanisms to the Castrum Demonica.
Can I?
Now all that's left is to bring the Castrum Demonica down.
Okay, now we're up onto the castle. Yeah. Okay, I'm at full stop. Let's go. It still fires the laser off, really? Alright. Limit break, punch, finish.
Castrum Demonica's annihilated. Victory for us.
Yeah. It's a win. Ha.
Now head on back.
Unfortunately, this is counted as a free battle. You do not get any loot for these. This is why it was so unpopular, because even if you do the same amount of effort as everyone else, you get nothing but story progress. I mean, that's okay, but most people didn't like it, so... You don't even get any buster points towards your grade. No, I haven't done very much buster quests. I didn't need them, after all. Alright. Finally. So, I don't know how much we are through episode 5, probably not lots, but I'm gonna end off here because I'm already tired as is. You know, Fighter's rather fun, but the next battle quest might be a little bit off, and buster quests aren't exactly Fighter's forte. Still, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of it with everyone. Let's see. Can I have camera? No, not that sort of camera. How do I do this again? Height is WNS. Rotate so I can see everyone. Zoom. F and R. Other way. Let's see. Camera move. So we've got everyone in shot. That's good to me. Let's see. Emotes. Oh! Where's the sword emote? Sword emote. It's in here somewhere. That's a spell book. Oh, there it is. Oh, it disappears. So now I need to set it to a key. Fine. Controls, notes. Let's do Alt and U. Does that work? God. Turn the UI off again. Ah, I messed up. Try again. There we go. Take a picture. Alright. That'll be all for today. Thank you for watching. I will stream, let's see, what day is it? Wednesday. Let's stream on Friday. And that should be all of Kuento done, hopefully. So until Friday, good night and have a good day, because tomorrow